Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into a term that you've probably heard a lot in the music world, the silver voice. Now, this title belongs to Jin from BTS, but what does it actually mean? We're gonna deconstruct the whole thing, the science, the art, and the just sheer power behind one of the most iconic voices in pop music today. So, let's just jump right in with a quote that really got everyone talking. And look, this isn't from some fan blog. This is from a Grammy panel review. They heard something totally unique in his voice, calling it a natural vibration and a moist falsetto. I mean, that phrase alone is so interesting, right? It suggests this rich, full quality, which is pretty much the exact opposite of the thin, airy sound you might expect from a falsetto. It's poetic, but it's also incredibly specific. So yeah, that's the big question for us today. Is silver voice just about a specific technique? Is it more of an emotional thing? Or, and this is what we're going to explore, is it the powerful combination of both that creates this whole phenomenon? Let's break it down. All right, part one, the legend of the silver voice. Before we get into all the technical stuff, we gotta understand where this term even came from and the kind of impact it's had, because trust me, it's way more than just a cool name. And here's the thing that's so crucial to understand. Silver voice isn't just a nickname that fans came up with. This is a term that has been picked up and used by major music critics. We're talking publications like Rolling Stone and Forbes. They use it to describe this very specific, clear, and kind of piercing vocal quality that just cuts through everything else in a super crowded industry. And that professional recognition, that's what gives this term its real weight. Okay, part two, the science of resonance. Now we get to dive into the technical side of things. To really get what the silver voice is all about, we have to talk about the science of how sound resonates, and a key technique he's mastered called the chesty mix. This right here is the foundation of his power. So to put it simply, a chesty mix is like a singer's secret weapon against those thin, weak-sounding high notes. It's a really sophisticated technique where you learn to carry the power and the fullness of your lower range, your chest voice, all the way up into your highest notes. And the result? You get a sound that is both incredibly high and unbelievably powerful without ever sounding strained. And this slide right here gives us a fantastic look at the mechanics behind it. So if you look at the diagram, you can see the closed vocal cord position. By keeping those vocal cords pressed firmly together, even when you're singing really high, you create resistance to the air flowing through. It's that resistance that produces that full metallic ringing sound we're talking about. That's the core of the chesty mix. And here's a direct comparison that just makes it crystal clear. On one side, you've got the chesty mix. It's full, it's connected, and it has that signature metallic ring. And then on the other side, you have a typical falsetto, which, let's be honest, can often sound thin, breathy, or as some vocal coaches put it, kind of squeaky. Jin's ability to hold onto that chesty mix, especially way up in his upper register, is exactly what gives his high notes so much impact. And you can hear it plain as day in his music. I mean, just think about that legendary triple high note in the song Crystal Snow. Every single one of those notes is powerful and perfectly sustained. Or think about the belting he does in a high-energy track like Dionysus. His voice just slices through all that heavy instrumentation without ever sounding strained. That, my friends, is the chesty mix in action. Okay, part three, the art of emotion. But look, technical skill, that's only half the story. Now we get to move from the science to the art of it all. And specifically, we're talking about his legendary breath control, which is what transforms that incredible technical skill into an unforgettable emotional experience for anyone listening. What's so fascinating is how he takes something that could be seen as a weakness and turns it into this powerful stylistic tool. Critics from places like NME and Consequence have pointed out that Jin can introduce breathiness into his voice with just incredible control. It's not happening because he's running out of air. No, it's a very deliberate choice he makes to create this feeling of intimacy and vulnerability. And that right there is why his ballads are so ridiculously impactful. In songs like Abyss, Epiphany, or the more recent I Will Come to You, you can literally hear him almost sighing into the notes. This masterful breath control makes it feel less like a performance and more like a private confession being whispered directly into your ear. And that brings us to part four, genius at work. So we've got the science and we've got the art. Now let's put it all together and look at how this one-of-a-kind vocal signature has become nothing short of a marketing masterpiece in his solo career, turning all that raw talent into real, tangible success. His solo albums showcase his range just brilliantly. The 2024 album, Happy, really leaned into that intimate, breathy style that we were just talking about. But then, just a year later, with Echo, he completely unleashed those soaring, powerful tenor peaks, proving he could do it all. It was a really smart, deliberate strategy to put his full versatility on display. And that strategy? Oh, it paid off spectacularly. His ability to deliver both that quiet intimacy and that explosive power is what allowed him to go on a completely record-shattering run in 2025. This was especially true with the title track from Echo, Don't Say You Love Me, which really showcased his powerful belting and became this massive global smash hit. And I mean, just look at this chart. It shows his commercial dominance as a soloist. We're talking top spots on the Billboard 200 in the US and just complete and total domination of the major Japanese charts, both on streaming like Spotify and the official Billboard Japan charts. This isn't just K-pop success anymore. This is global music industry success, period. So ultimately, his voice isn't just an instrument. It's his brand. The silver voice is recognizable, it's unique, and it is a highly marketable asset. It's really the core of his entire identity as a solo artist and the engine driving his massive success. Which kind of brings us to our final question. After breaking it all down, the science of his resonance, the art of his breath control, where do you think his true power lies? Is it in that flawless technique that lets him hit those absolutely impossible notes? Or is it in the raw emotion that makes every single one of those notes actually matter? Something to think about.